Welcome back to Dasha Speaks Racism. I'm back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about me and my son's experience at Wakeland Elementary School out in Zebulon, North Carolina. Dina Neely is the principal over there. Also had a few conversations with Andrew Baum. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. I think I remember seeing her. Didn't really have too many conversations with her. But the first thing is, upon trying to enroll my son to begin with, I was met with a great deal of resistance from Alice Cook, who is the person that does the enrollments over there. Older lady. I am a light being. Please keep this in mind. I do irritate people's demons. I am, one of God's anointed. So, and number one, under 144, if y'all are familiar with that. If you're not, you can go, get some lit on that somewhere. But anyway, the first thing was I got a great deal of resistance. So I went about going to enroll my son, sent over everything. The enrollment was significantly delayed. Once I began to look into the situation more, I realized that I was being mistreated, treated differently because we lived in the projects at the time. And, as you know, the projects, you're considered low income or poor. Out there, they're really poor in Zebulon, North Carolina on Shannon Drive. But anyway, great deal of resistance. She acted as if she did not want to enroll my son. I sent over everything, ended up having to still go out there to get the enrollment completed. She stated she was waiting on records that she had not requested. She's a very bad liar, Miss Alice Cook. So then I did speak with Miss Dina Neely. Dina Neely, to begin with, here she is on this picture. To begin with, she seemed to be on my side. But like I said, they are a team. And as we, had more encounters, I began to see who she really was. So then my son really didn't like the school. They really are racist out there, and they really do label these young black men. And it's not just at the schools, it's all over this world. But they got these rules in school now that are targeting the young black men. This is just off of my experience. I don't know what nobody else's experience is, but they have the thing where they tell them they can't wear their hoodies. So it was one day I was dropping him off. I'm just going to share this real quick. It was one day I was dropping him off. We went to the door, and now they have it where you got to press the button before you can walk into school. They got all this, creating all these illusions, making you think that the school is safe. Really, it's really not. Got the kids like they in prison and shit. I think everybody should homeschool their kids. That's just my take. I think that, if people homeschool their children, if they have the means to, it's going to be better, more rewarding, because they're feeding them a whole bunch of bullshit. Anyway, because I'm just going to say this out loud. After, since I've been grown, I haven't needed anything other than, elementary school education, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just going to put that out there. But my son started having a lot of issues in the school. They did not want to give him his testing for his IEP. They did not want to give him his services for his IEP. Got a lot of resistance there. The lady with his hoodie, I know I'm going off track, but the lady with his hoodie, she, the way she said it that day, I had to go in there and tell her about herself. She was just very rude. Take your hoodie off, before you come in here. And I ran in there and I had to tell her about herself that day. And that was the last time she ever spoke to my son like that. And she acted like she was very scared, when I did go in there and had to tell her a piece of my mind, I was respectful, but she could see in my eyes that, bitch, I'm not goddamn playing with you. But anyway, went a lot of back and forth with the IEP plan. They don't want to help these kids. They put them in a box because they are from the low income. They treat them different. We're set up for failure to begin with. I don't know how many of my viewers are identify as African American or black or what have you, but I do know, based off of my experiences, based off my kids' experiences, based off of coming from the hood, we're set up for failure to begin with. And then we get into these systems. You got kids that just want to go to school, want to succeed, want to have the be afforded the opportunities. They don't get them. Even if they have them in the school, they're going to keep them away from them just because of where they're from. They label them. So we went through. Zayden, he kept getting sick. The food is horrible. You would think that they have all this money that they could give the kids some good food, but they don't. So then after him missing a few days from being sick multiple times from the food that he was eating at the school, he was withdrawn without my consent by Miss Alice Cook. I went on trying to find out what was going on with it, and her response was, "Oh, he just stopped coming to school, so I withdrew him." No, bitch, you were discriminating against him, and it's sad because it's our people, it's black people discriminating against black people, and labeling black people, and it's so sad. But I don't know what corrective action Dina Neely did for it, but I did let them know that I was not happy with her in withdrawing my son without my permission. You can't just do that. People think that just because they're in these positions and they be intimidated by your light and be afraid of you because of your spirituality and how you identify as a witch. But I do love God. I pray. I do, read some things out of the Bible. I don't take everything out of there. We're not gonna go into that right now. But she withdrew him without my consent. I had to complain about that. I did file a formal grievance. There was also a staff member. I don't remember his name, but we had a meeting. Where he got into my son's face in PE. He was the PE teacher over there. He got in my son's face, called him all types of boys. Did not call him by his name. Miss Neely didn't let me see the video. She didn't want to let me see the video because she said it was, the school stuff or whatever. I know that if she would have let me see the video, I probably would have been upset. She act like she was upset with seeing the video. She didn't like how, he got in his face. But then they bully these kids too, and then when the kids try to defend themselves, they call them disrespectful. Me, as a parent, I teach my kids, you got to give respect to get it. So any grown person out there, schools, wherever they at in these, organizations and in this stuff, if you disrespect my kids, you going to get disrespected back because you got to give it to get it, and that's just that. And that's just what I teach them. I don't give a fuck how old you is, nigga. I don't care if you 100 goddamn years old. If you disrespect my goddamn child, that means you are opening the door for them to disrespect you. But anyway, got a great deal of resistance at Wakeline initially with enrolling. Throughout the process of getting the IEP plan done, great deal of resistance there. Nobody wanted to work with me. They had a parent that wanted to advocate. What they're used to is parents not advocating, parents not being there, not being present. They're used to absent parents, so they treat the parents like all parents like they're absent. Then when they get a parent that shows up and wants to show out for their child and that is supportive, they're surprised. They don't know how to take it. That's what it was with me and Zayden. So me and Miss Dina Neely, who is the principal, had a great deal of encounters. Here's the message, I think, about the school incident today where he got in my son's face, and I don't even know what to say. It was just a whole lot of back and forth. Here's me going back and forth with the IEP people, the special education services, them not giving Zayden what he needed. Um, Not trying to, it was a lot of back and forth. I went all the way up to the Board of Education. They didn't give a fuck. Like I said, it's all a part of their plan. You know, they're all colleagues. Then I went as far as to reporting them to the Office of Civil Rights. This is another entity here that claims they're going to help us with our civil rights when they're violated, but they don't. They only just get the information, target you, let everybody in the system know, hey, target this motherfucker, treat them a certain type of way, and then there you are. You're getting more resistance. You're having more problems. Washington, D.C. is a whole bunch of bullshit. It's just an illusion. I don't advise anyone to report to any of these entities. I advise you to go get you a lawyer and sue these motherfuckers. Because like I said, I do have lawsuits against Wake County Public Schools, Wake County Public Housing, HUD, lawsuits, plenty of lawsuits. Would love to have a lawyer that I could get with to sue all these motherfuckers, but I'm not really focused on that part right now. God just wants me to get this message out. I just want to tell you guys about my experience. Wakeland Elementary School is a bunch of trash. Leadership is trash, especially if you're from the hood. They are going to mistreat your children. They are going to make them feel less than. The food ain't even good. They're doing too much in these schools now. I think, like I said, that everybody need to keep their babies at home because they expose them to all this extra shit. And then just put, especially those people from, low income backgrounds, they just put us through so much unnecessary things, and it's just sad. But I do like to tell them, and I know somebody's going to come across it from Wakeland Elementary. I just want anybody who's from, anybody in the public school system, if you are a teacher, if you are witnessing these things, if you are a part of, this discrimination and these retaliation tactics and harassment tactics that y'all, put on the people, we're already at a disadvantage because we're low income, bro. We already got enough shit going on. We don't need to be having to go out here in the public and sending our kids in the public, trusting them in your care, and then having to, deal with with those issues of discrimination and harassment out in there. We already got, strikes against us when we're born because we're born into poverty. So like I said, and I'm going to say it again, the system is not set up for black people to succeed. And it's not just black people, because there are white people. There were some really poor people out there in Wakeland. In Zebulon, North Carolina, that we got to meet. Very poor kids, parents on drugs. Parents don't even teach them how to brush their teeth correctly. They're being molested by their parents, and just all types of stuff going on out there that they're not concerned about. They're not concerned about the shit they need to be concerned about. But we're already at a disadvantage because we're born into poverty. It's not our fault that our parents, didn't know how to get up and go do something different. It's not our fault. But me coming from that type of environment, and going to something else, and seeing other things, have been blessed enough to be able to go out here and see more. It's very different in the low income communities where there are more Caucasian people. Out there in Washington State, it's very different. There's a lot of opportunity out there for low income, and it's not just low income, it's just a lot of opportunity out there. There's a lot of free things out there for people to do. We'll get into that later, but I just wanted to come shed some light on Wakeland Elementary out there in Zebulon, North Carolina. Dina Neely is the principal. We didn't have a really good experience at the school, especially with special education, especially with us coming from a low income background. We got a great deal of resistance from the time, like I said, we were trying to get in. They let us know that we were not welcome. Once we got in, they let us know even more that we were not welcome. And then once we were leaving, they let us know even more that we were not welcome. They don't want to help these kids with these special needs. They're not paying these people enough to do their jobs. uh, and you got people that may be passionate about it in the school systems, but when you're passionate about something and you can't make ends meet, it's kind of hard to have that passion. So I think they need to be paid more, but I also think that there's a problem with the whole system in itself. I think that there's something in the training based off of my experiences. I think there's got to be something in the training that is going on within these school systems, within these government systems, within the government system. I think there's something in the training where they say, hey, pick on these low income people. But I just wanted to get on here and shed some light, and didn't plan on being on here long. I'm just trying to get these videos up and out because God wants me to get them out, wants me to tell my story. I know I'm going a little bit fast, but I just want to touch on the basics. Like I said, resistance in the beginning. Didn't want to help special needs. They were surprised that someone from the hood had a parent that would advocate. They will befriend you and act like they're on your side just to find out things about you that they can use against you. They're really not on your side. I had to call multiple conferences. The conference where I was supposed to meet with the gym teacher there that got in my son's face, I end up not going, and I believe that was protection from God, because I probably would have hurt that man's feelings in there. But I'm so grateful that God is I allow God to fight my battles. So I know that everybody who has ever and who has ever who will ever do anything wrong, who will ever touch God's anointed, will be served their karma. They will feel God's vengeance in the worst way. God said, it'd be better for you to go tie a weight around your neck and go jump in the ocean than have me mad at you, or rather than you touch my anointed. I don't have all the words correct right now. It is 2:07 a.m. where I'm at. I just got to get the videos out. I'm a little tired, y'all. So I'm just going to get off of here now. I just wanted to come shed some light on Wakeland Elementary School. I don't recommend this school to anyone, especially if you're from the hood. The system is not set up for us. It's set up for us to fail, and then we have to claw to get out of poverty. And then when we get out, when we start coming up out that box, they try to put us back down. But again, if you're enjoying this content, this is Dasha Speaks Racism. We're going to talk about racism, discrimination, harassment, all of our experiences in these entities, within these systems, letting you guys know this shit exists out here. It's real. If you enjoying this comment, like, share this content. As I told y'all, I'm tired. Like, share, comment, subscribe, share this video. I'm getting ready to get off here. I need to go to fuck to sleep. I really do appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's get the word out. Like I said, if you know any lawyers that want to team up, that's on the right side of justice, hit me up. Leave a comment, drop a comment, reach out. I think I got my email up there. If not, God just want me to get the message out. I'm just here, and I'm just shedding light on this situation. Trash. Alice Cook, trash. Dina Neely, trash. Wakeland Elementary, trash. Wake County Public School Systems Board of Education, trash. They're all trash. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.